morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody? How are you? How are you? Let me stop my little timer here. Okay. Just excuse the mess. We will get to it. There's flowers and that. I needed something else. A pouncer. I'm here. I know I'm here. So when you come on this morning, say hello so we know you're here. I don't know what I'm going to balance that on yet. And it's went like that all morning. So, but we know that if something don't fall, something's not right. Scoot you back a little bit. You don't want to be up in my face. And I got my whole body up in front of you this morning. I had some things planned. But the best laid plans don't happen. So, we're going to punt. Nah, I had a backup plan. As of about 25 seconds ago. Oh, me. Let me get rid of that. Oh. Well, come on. Well, hello, Liz. Sassy Frass Creations. Welcome, welcome. If this is your first time joining us, I hope you'll enjoy it and you'll give me a follow and like. But this has been a wild kind of morning trying to find everything. Okay, that's empty. We get rid of that. We're gonna, as soon as I get everything done, we're gonna stencil this morning. We're gonna do us a beehive. And we're experimenting because this is Everyday Fun show-off stencils from Hobby Lobby. So we're gonna see how it works. Morning, Krista, my sister. So if you see the red live button, I better go through that spiel. Then you're catching me live. If not, then you'll go back and you'll put in #replay. And that's about all. If you touch my nose or anywhere up here at the top of the page, you'll pull up 3 little dots. And you can go there and you can follow. And if you want notifications of when I'm coming on live, you can turn it on. If you don't want the notifications, then you don't have to do them. I am still, I think, 8, 7 away from reaching my goal for April. So I need that many more people who like it and want to follow to see you after a while. That's my husband leaving. So, I never did like this board. I didn't like the color of it. I didn't like anything about it. And we're going to wash it off. Krista said bye. He didn't hear me. Or he didn't answer me, one. I hope everybody had a good night. And I ain't going to worry with washing that. I mean, I might as well. I want to wash that side off. Because that stencil, or the stencil we're getting ready to use today, couldn't make any worse mess than that stencil made. And then finding out later on when I went to wash it that it was ripped did not help things. So, let's make sure we get it good and dry before we start to paint it. And I think I want it. I think I want to use Peacock this morning. And y'all see this mess behind me? I started cleaning all this off and got my beads in little organizers yesterday and chased them all over the floor. So, I know we're going to want Peacock. And I guess we're going to use the vintage mustard. And we're going to want black. And then the lighter yellow. I'm just going to set them there. Okay. Painter's tape. Well, we don't need that yet. Y'all, sometimes I do have it together better than this, and sometimes I don't. But y'all know that already. It's just me. I just can't help it. It's just who I am. And if Robin's on here, she forgot to tell me. Oh, there she comes. Good morning, Robin. You forgot to tell me to put my apron on. You forgot to tell me to find my apron. If you don't get to feeling better and get up here and get this craft room put together, I don't know what I'm going to do with you. No, I hope you feel good today. I hope today's a good day for you. Okay. Because we missed you last week and worried about you and everything. And I'm hoping to get my new apron. Well, I'll have 2 new aprons in the next couple of days. The Sizzling Sisters, and then a surprise one. Which I forgot to tell the lady to do it a different way because it's me. And I forgot my camera doesn't turn around. So now I went and had these things made. And my camera doesn't turn. I will be on again tonight at 5 in the Double Trouble group. We're doing teacher appreciation. And I think the teacher I want to honor, what are you looking for, dummy? Paintbrush. Has been, now she's been gone for several years. Well, I have a tie between two favorite teachers. I had Miss Bessie Miller for English in high school. Junior or senior year, I don't remember. And then I had Miss Helen Hubbard for government. That woman, I just loved her to death. She was what you call cool, the cool teacher. But boy, if she got mad at some of them boys, she wasn't cool. She get them. But I was a favorite. The very first day, when I walked in her room, she's like, "You're Donnie Shadowan's little sister." Now, Donnie was my oldest brother. He passed a couple of years ago. And I'm like, "Yes, ma'am." And I thought, oh, Lord, what did he do to her? Oh, that's got crumblies. I'll clean that off. And she was wonderful. She was wonderful. She never called me by my name. She always called me Little Donnie. She said, "You look just like him." And I said, "I don't act like him." And she said, "Well, that'd be okay if you did." And so I saw Donnie that afternoon and told him about it. And he said, "I loved her." And I said, "She loved you too." And you know, nowadays, I can't imagine what teachers go through trying to teach and not get in all kinds of trouble. Oh, this is Peacock. It's Waverly chalk paint by Plaid. But there was a group of us girls that sat back in that corner, and we should have got in trouble all the time, but only once did we get in bad trouble. Or did we even get in trouble? And we deserved it. But she was fair. She was good. She was a great teacher. I mean, to really enjoy a class, especially a high school class, and especially them being government and English. Yeah. That's pretty good. And I've got to say, I had several good teachers over the years, but Miss Bessie and Miss Hubbard were my faves. So what y'all talking about? Get to the top edge real quick. Okay. Oh, I should have seen that. I was going to dry this so I could pick it up and get in them little cracks around the top there. Which I should have painted that silver. And still can. It's a mason jar form that came in one of the Magnolia Craft kids. All right. Let me say hello. I have 3 older siblings, and teachers always wanted to know which sibling I was like. Valerie Faulkner. Well, Valerie, welcome, welcome. Let's see, who all we got here? Hey, there's Kathy's watching this morning. Yes, Double Trouble event, that's tonight at 5. I got to switch times. Juju was good enough to switch times with me. So, somebody said, hey, Jody. Hey, Vicky, you feeling better? I understood you've been under the weather. I'd missed you on a couple of shows. There's Miss Kim. My son is going to start teaching a new school next year. It's a performing arts school. He's excited. Well, that's great. That's wonderful, Miss Kim. Now, is this going to be his first year teaching? And something that is so funny, and Lord, I knew these boys when I didn't know what they would be or become. They were friends with Michael. And so when my son Michael, so when he finds out that one of them is, done got it on my ring, that's why I quit wearing jewelry. He'd tell the kids to call them by their nicknames. Oh, no. Oh, no. And Miss Kylie, you know she's going to do it. The young man's name is Justin Kraft, but they didn't call him that in high school. In high school, they called him Cheese. I don't know. Never asked. Don't want to know. But anyway, Michael told her to call him Cheese one day, and he looked at her. Oh my gosh. And she said, my Uncle Michael told me to. And now he's going to be principal of the high school next year. But he was big in golf. He was a great golf player. That much I remember. That's how good he was at golf. And then there were the Cruz boys. If anybody local's watching, the Lord, I wouldn't never thought it. But one of them teaches at, the oldest one would be DW. No, yes, would be DW. He teaches at the Life Connection. Now that's a school for some troubled kids. And he's a really good guy. His brother Houston teaches at the high school. So, and he's already recognized and figured out who Noah was. Noah didn't say anything. That's the difference between him and Kylie. Noah didn't say anything. Or Kylie did. But she didn't get in trouble. He just, I don't guess any other kid had called him that. Or maybe had known him by that. But now, y'all have heard enough about Kylie that you know. And I was so afraid. I've not been a very good soccer grandparent. So like I said, Juju changed times with me tonight in the Double Trouble event. And I'll be back at 5. All right. Now we're going to see. And I'm going to look and see if I can find one of my pouncers. Well, there's the glue I was looking for because I was going to... We'll just use a makeup sponge for a pouncer. Because I think that blue covered it good enough. So, we'll move it over here. I'm going to put the lid back on it because I still got to do the back sometime. Okay, we got vintage mustard. Which always makes me think of an old jar of mustard sitting somewhere. So, like I said, I'm trying to reach a goal of 1,600 by the end of the month. So, if you're not following me and you're on, please give me a like and follow. You don't have to turn on your notifications. You don't have to watch me if you don't want to. But it would greatly, greatly help me. And my algorithms are down. So, we need to, not just me, but you need to throw up everybody, every crafter hearts and likes. Because if they don't get them, then their numbers fall. So, and Mr. Facebook don't like that. He does, however, like when he sees the hearts and likes. No, I'm not going to pour that on top of that. That'd be a mistake. I have a little cup I can pour it in. Or once upon a time before I went cleaning, I used one of these. I can wash this out. I really need to clean these. I think this is Home Decor Chop Vintage Mustard. It's by Folk Art. So, it probably came from Wally World. Okay, let's get this going. I don't know why I tried to do that. I just leave them laying there. I don't think I'll need them anymore, but... And I don't know how well it's going to fit. Save my little casing it goes in. That couldn't fit any more perfect than if we'd have planned it. As far as lengthwise. Now it's running over the sides. So... I'm going to tape them down. I tape them down anyway, so. This isn't anything new. Let's get this little Buzz Bumblebee. I probably should have waxed it. With it being fresh painted. But it didn't. And that's cool. Take it to the paper. Okay. This way we can get the bottom. Something on it. Ooh, it wants to bubble at the bottom here. I don't want to bubble in my comb, in my honeycomb. Okay, not going to be able to put one there. Hopefully we can get this side taped down enough. That it'll keep the bubbles out. Yeah, no. Not going that way, it won't. I'm just gonna hold the thing and go with it. Let me get it lined back up. Yeah, this is not a real sturdy stencil. But we're not going to know it till we try it, so we're going to try it. Okay. We'll start up here and work my way down. And I'm going to try not to get big plots of yellow on it like I did. It's raising up. But hopefully, that doesn't mean anything. Hopefully it's not going to bleed under it. So anybody got big plans for the day? Like I could look and see if you did or not. And I'm sure Robin and Krista have told me how to do this. And I haven't paid attention to them. Oh, I love to laugh at them. No plans. Do you have yellow chalk paste? Well, that's chalk paste, but yes, I have the other chalk paste, but let's see what this does. If it don't work, then we'll get it out. which I don't think it's going to the way it's raising up. But now, you know, it's too big for the board. And it's maybe a good stencil, good quality stencil, and maybe it's not. We're not going to know for a few minutes. Or for a minute anyway. And, you know, sometimes I have epic winners. And sometimes I have epic losers. Epic losses with me doing things. And especially, I don't know why I wait till I get on live to try stuff. But it just seems like that's the way it goes. And we learn together. So, if I have messed it up, and y'all have watched, then you know how not to do it. I wish there was a really good place to put my hand here in the middle of it to hold it, but I can't, so. Well, I can, but then I just have to find a way to go back over it. So, yeah, it's raising up. We may have a little bleed through. If we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. It's just paint. It's just paint. You can always redo paint. And I know because I've redone enough stuff. I'm one of those, I'll take a craft apart to reuse another part of it for something else. Then it'll stick right in there. That's starting to aggravate me. Come on. Okay. We'll find out. And I get to see first. Are y'all ready? Drum roll. Dun, 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 dun. That wasn't a drum roll. By golly, for a $3 stencil, I think it turned out pretty good. Yeah, there's a little bleed over, and yes, I need to get that bottom, but now, you know, we can wash this out and redo this again. We're not going to. I do wish, I don't know if I can line it up to get the bottom. Any better or not. But y'all know I'm going to try, so okay. I'll give Hobby Lobby their due on this brand of stencils. A $3 stencil. And it turned out fine. So, okay. I'm going to have to dry that and go over it again. I'm sorry, y'all. Well, it's still taped. And if I do, then I'm going to end up getting it off center, so we won't do that. We'll use the other chalk paste because I have yellow. Put all the chemicals up there, so be careful when I use these. Or I don't, not when I use them, but when I get them out. Okay, something fell. It's gonna be a good show. Actually, it was one of the paints. Okay, so I'm gonna use this, and I'm gonna want a stir stick and a squeegee, and they may still be in the kitchen where I washed them. But I got all my glues and all that stuff over here, and so I've got to work on this afternoon. It's Miss Harley and I have to go walking again. Yeah. I'm just so tickled with that. But still not quite good and dry. Okay. Let's do our buzz. The, y'all probably ain't none of y'all old enough to remember back on Saturday Night Live, back in the late 70s, maybe early 80s. Nah. Middle to late 70s. John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd would dress up like bees and do a bee skit. They were hilarious, and Belushi died way too young. Drugs get a hold of people, and you know, it happens. It's not like they want to go out and get addicted to drugs or anything like that, I don't believe. I never planned in my lifetime to get addicted to chocolate. But I did. So, an addiction is an addiction, whether it's cigarettes or meth or whatever it is. You know, I truly don't believe anybody sets out with the intention of getting addicted to something. Now, why doesn't this paint want to go over this stencil? I do not know. I guess because the stencil's slick. And this was made for the okay, somebody's gonna have to think of the word for me. That brain atrophy kicking in. Magnolia stencils. Okay, we're just gonna come down through here, and since it's not one to play nice, we're just gonna cover our B black and do our wings in yellow. Good grief. Okay, if the B don't turn out, that's not the B. It's not the fault of the stencil. Because I am surprised and I am impressed with this little $3 stencil. Okay, we're just going to blob that on there. Get his little stinger. Man, I just went into what should have been yellow. Okay, I'm going to stop a minute. And give that just a second to dry. Just leave it. Well, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it, Robin. If you're feeling that sassy this morning, you get up here and get to work. Come on now. Dry it real quick. Okay, that's way too much paint. Yes, it is. But the more that I moved it, the more the stencil, it wasn't covering a stencil. I appreciate y'all's comments. Lois, is Lois here? Hey, Lois, I missed you coming in. How are you? Seems like it's been so long since I've seen you. Okay. We're going to whoop this yellow on there. And be done with it, because it needs... Okay, it's going on a whole lot better than the black did. So, again, if this one doesn't work out, it's my fault. But the more I go over it, the less it covers it. And I am not going to have an epic fail today. I have way too much to do. Like to scare the bejeebers out of me. All right, 45 minutes. I really got to hurry because I don't want to keep y'all on here no longer than I have to. Because we all have lives and y'all have things to do. And I do too. So, we're about to get this little bad boy finished. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just, y'all trust me. I'm doing the best I can with this, and where there's boo-boos, I'll go back and wash it off and fix it. And I've got those little pens or pencils or paint pen, pencil looking things, and they come apart every time I try to use them. That go with this paste. So, anyway, that's how that goes. Magnolia is a great company, and they're very good to their creators and designers. And I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying, let's just try it and see. Okay. We're done. That was a job and a half. Just a second. Let me get y'all a paint on it. Just a second. Take that up there. Let me smear it with my big old thumb. And that's where it come out from under it all the way. No, I'll just leave it alone and fix it later. But there you go. So now you know. If I were doing a big project, I would probably buy buy another stencil. But since this was a small project, and I think it turned out great, you know. So, man, as soon as that black dries, I'm gonna put it in the kitchen. So, anyway, I thank you all ever so much for being here, sticking with me, seeing that did work. There's like 1, 2, 3 places on this honeycomb where it bled some. So I think that's great. Anyway, I love y'all. Come back and see me at 5 o'clock in Teacher's Appreciation. And then we'll do it all over again in the morning. And I get to go to the soccer game. And I didn't tell her. She'll be surprised. Yay! Love you. Mwah. God loves you. See you later. Well, you may just spend the day with me since I can't get the button to shut off.